Greetings, citizens of the internet. I'm Static Buzz. This is Gaming Watch Weekly, episode 6 for August 5th, 2019. With me is Oz. How you doing over there, Oz?
Doing good today.
Awesome. Good to hear. I hear your daughter's in the background. It means she's back in the good old Arizona.
Yeah, she's back and being noisy and getting into everything, so it's fun. So I can't complain.
Yeah, I've heard her a couple times over the last couple days. She seems to be having a really good time over there.
Yeah, I think she missed it.
Think she missed it? I think you guys missed it more than she did.
Yeah, be honest, yeah, we missed it more than she did. She had a great time with my parents, so.
I'm sure grandparents are always like that, spoiling them and everything, making it fun.
Oh yeah.
So you thought this was going to be a slow news week, but I don't think that it is. So
that's because your and I take sometimes is a little different. As we discussed, I'm like, oh, what's exciting to me? Right. And you're like, well, we got to do what's exciting to everybody else too. And I'm like, I'm new to this, so I'm still learning. We got to cover everything, not just what we think is cool and important.
Exactly. So. Well, this is our 6th episode. You're no longer new at this. You're now past the new phase, honeymoon phase, and you're in the phase after that. So stop calling yourself new. You're not new anymore.
I'm still not quite to the level you are, but I'm slowly getting there. I still need to work on my editing skills and being interactive while recording. I'm still working on that. As you can see, I'm getting a little better. It's still, I get sucked in and tunnel vision on combat, so
well, that's the hardest part for anybody that streams or whatever, is the when to make some noise and everything and to cover those quiet times.
True.
All right, so this is what we have coming up. I'm looking over here because this is where my notes are, so not ignoring you guys. What's coming up is Ninja Goes to Mixer. Cyberpunk 2077 is going to have a card game in it. EA has been working on a next-gen game for a while. Pokemon Go has announced their next new event, and they add new Shinies. No Man's Sky Beyond gets a new trailer to finally announce its release date.
Yep.
The next Resident Evil could be on the way as Capcom spins up playtest in Japan. Mm-hmm. And probably the most... I don't want to say controversy, but probably the most, the one we won't see eye to eye on. Republicans politically say video games partly to blame for mass shootings. I should say we won't see eye to eye on. We won't see exactly the same way on that one, I don't think, because we've kind of talked about it a little bit. But that's all right. That's why we'll discuss it, so it'll be interesting.
Yes,
all right.
Very much.
So our first bit of news, and I kind of been following this one since I heard it, is Ninja Goes to Mixer. So Ninja appears to have signed an exclusive deal with Microsoft to bring the streamer over to Mixer. I did watch some of his stream over the weekend to see how it would go for him and see what kind of response he got. And it was pretty good. Everybody was cheering him on. The people in chat were, congratulating anytime he got a kill. And it seemed like he was, over at Twitch and nothing had changed. Yeah. It's just his platform had changed. The last I checked, he has nearly 628,000 followers. I'm not sure what his subscriber count is.
It's got to be through the roof.
It's got to be through the roof. Well, it has to be, because you can go right now till, I don't know when it's going to stop, but for this weekend you can subscribe to Ninja on Mixer for free.
Oh.
So you would think that his followers and his sub count would be close to each other, but I don't know how he would get his sub count.
Okay. So yeah, that's interesting stuff.
Yeah, he's right now he's streaming live from Lollapalooza. I've been watching Lollapalooza, the music side of it, most of the weekend, because I like music, obviously, guitar in the background, and I'm in a band and blah blah blah. So seeing him at Lollapalooza, he always had a crowd behind him, and they were always cheering him on when he would make a kill. And it was kind of funny. One moment he's building, and he had a wall up, and he had he was on a ramp going this way, and the wall was like that, and he was pointing out, and he's like, "Watch this! I'm going to get rid of the wall, and I'm going to shoot and put the wall back up." And he said it, and then he did it, and killed the guy with a headshot, and everybody went crazy. It was pretty interesting. He's got some charisma there for sure. So,
and what does he primarily play?
Fortnite.
Fortnite? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
So yeah, he's crazy builder. He builds things and he just like knows where to go for where to get them when they're trying to come after him. It's weird because he'll like
Jeez.
build and build and build. You're like, where's he going? And all of a sudden he'll go and knock a wall down and be right there where the guy is. Shoot him a couple times, put another wall up, and move on and do it again. It's like I'm not that good at Fortnite. I haven't played enough to even.
I think I
Yeah.
played it once or twice. It's just not quite my thing. It looks fun. I like watching it, but for me to get in there, it's like I hyper focus on too many things, and to worry about building and then trying to take them out, that's just it's like that's an extra step.
Definitely. But to build and then like build to get to a spot where you get a shot at them without them,
Yes.
no, that's just it was pretty crazy. But while he was there, he always had a crowd behind him. Like he was on this, like almost like he was on this platform with a railing behind him, and he could look over the railing, and there was nothing, no glass or anything there, and he was talking
Hmm.
directly to the crowd and stuff. So it was pretty interesting, and he always had a crowd. I mean, not as large as when he first started streaming, but every
Yeah.
time I went in and watched to see where it was at, he always had 15 more or more people there watching him at
Wow.
Lollapalooza. They're for the music, and
Yeah.
they're watching ninjas streaming on Mixer. It was pretty crazy,
Yeah. Sounds
pretty
like it.
crazy. All right, so I think you probably know more about this next one than I do. So Cyberpunk 2077, the card game, is going to be called Afterlife. You want to cover that one?
Correct. Sure. So much like The Witcher had Gwent, Cyberpunk 2077 is going to have Afterlife. Basically, it's like a card spinoff. You're basically the player's going to get promoted to a fixer. You're gonna people are going to go out on missions. Um, they worked hand in hand with the board game publisher. I guess it's called CCOM. I don't know. I never played Cyberpunk the tabletop, but you're gonna have to recruit cards and all of that stuff and send them out. And of course, it's cyberpunk themed. It's gonna be. I think I have it written down on here. Of course, yeah, it's Android. So I think it'll be that on. I don't know if it's gonna be on the other platform, but it is due out in 2020. So is that all that I have? It looks like that's all I've got in there.
So they're going to have the card game in Cyberpunk 2077,
Yes.
and they're going to do the same thing they did with Gwent and pull it out and make a
Yes.
standalone version of it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like from what I was reading. I mean, it's going to be in game and standalone. Because, I mean, when you play Gwent standalone, you can get a much better deck than you can within The Witcher. So I'm assuming it's going to be the same way with Cyberpunk. You're going to get a much better deck.
Yeah, and if you're
Um,
focused on just the card game, you can expand the cards that are available and all that kind of stuff.
yes. Yeah, so
So,
it looks like it's going to be fun. Like I said, I didn't dive into Gwent as much as I probably could have, but I mean, it was The Witcher, so I was more worried about hunting witches and demons than I was focusing on the card side.
I feel you there. I played some Gwent just to kind of get the feel for it,
Hmm.
but I was the same as you. I wanted to go and get that. What was it? The unborn baby's ghost thing dead, or
Yep.
yeah, all that stuff. So it was like,
That game was I liked The Witcher, and I hope they carry that on, keep doing that after they get done with Cyberpunk.
honestly, I don't really. It doesn't matter if Cyberpunk is as good as The Witcher, then they can go whatever direction they want to go. Right? So
Yeah, it's true, but I mean, it would be good to see them keep both stories
going.
going. Yeah, bounce back and forth between the two because there is that tie between to where I can't remember what her name was. The girl, she can jump through time, and she came back and she told him where she saw people that had metal hair and stuff like that. So that's where the whole thing was like, are they going to do cyberpunk? And then all of a sudden at E3 it was like cyberpunk, and we're like, oh man, they were right. So um I don't know. I liked The Witcher. I mean, especially 3. The other two were a little bit harder to get into because I played them in reverse. So
I played one a little bit, a lot of two, and most of three. I don't think I
yeah.
finished any of them. They're so large. They're large games.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a playthrough for us, but I'm like, you know how long that would take? I'm like, that would take
Yeah,
forever.
it's a long game, very very long game. That's why I never
Yes.
finished it. All right, so speaking of The Witcher,
Hmm.
what are your thoughts on the Netflix series? Just to throw that out there.
I'm excited as long as they, but I'm always excited when they turn something I love into a movie or a TV series or any. But I'm always a stickler. Like when it came to the X-Men movies, they didn't quite follow the story the way I would have liked them to. Now, like the Avengers did really good because they did what the fans said, stick to what's true to the Avengers. And the X-Men went back and corrected that.
Right.
Um, so if they can stick true to the story of Garrett and the Witchers and all of that, then I think it will do really well. Now you got to find the right person to play Garrett, or Gerald, or is it
Geralt.
Gerald? Gerald,
Geralt.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but they got Superman.
Okay,
Have you seen the pictures of him? He actually looks
not
pretty.
yet.
He looks pretty decent. Now I haven't
Okay,
seen him acting as Geralt at all, but
okay.
it would be, if he pulls it off, it could be good.
And that's the thing. As long as they can pull it off, it's got to be done right. And if it's coming to the Netflix series, Netflix has been doing good lately. I mean, we just finished The Haunting of the Hill House, and that was a book that they turned into a series, and that was really good.
But
Messes you up a little bit,
but
but it's
they've
really good.
also had some duds too.
They have had some duds when it came to like the comic stuff, you
Well,
know,
yeah, like Iron Fist
Fist
and
and Nick, or
Jessica.
yeah, that one didn't do so hot as well.
But they renewed her. People liked that one. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
I thought that it was. I thought that was a good series. It just wasn't for
Hmm.
me. Iron
They're
Fist should have been for me, and it was not good. I don't think anybody really cared for that one.
Yeah, the only person that liked it was my dad. He really liked it, and I'm like, that's not like how it went in the comic. It was completely like I just didn't understand why he liked it. But he's not a comic book guy. He just likes the action. Um,
But that was my problem with it. Being a martial artist most of my life, I watched the guy who was playing Iron Fist, and I'm like, no part of
yeah,
him makes me think that he's a fighter.
yeah,
He's more, if anything, a dancer that they showed moves or something. Even that he wasn't doing well. I was just like, no,
yeah.
no.
I mean, it
And
was like they did well with the Punisher. I
oh
mean,
yeah, but that's all gunplay, so that's a little easier, right?
true. Yeah. Well, it depends. If you ask Keanu, that was really hard. So to be good at it.
To do it in a tactical way where
Yes.
if somebody looked at it to be like, yeah, that's tactically correct, yes, that's hard. To do it
Yes.
in a way that people like enjoy the gun fights and stuff like that, it's
Yeah.
not as difficult.
But the Daredevil flopped.
The Daredevil, I liked the Daredevil show. It could have been a lot better, but I liked it.
I got 2 or 3 episodes into it, and I was like, "I'm out."
You're out.
I was like, "Yeah," I was like, "I'm out. This is not good at all." Um,
It
I
did take a
mean,
while to start up. That part I will admit. It wasn't until like season 2 that it really got to where it was going, and you can't do that in a series. People got
no,
to be
you've got to.
caught. Boom. Episode 1 or 2, they got to be caught.
Yeah, they got to be. You got to hit the ground running, and you got to get everybody into it, or it's just like you're wasting time and money.
Exactly.
So that's why I think those other ones kind of flopped.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to our. We could talk about this forever.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's move on. All right. EA has been working on a next gen game for a while already with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Scarlet systems expected to ship later next year. Publisher Electronic Arts admits to being very excited about the next generation of hardware. During the company's earnings call on Tuesday, July 30th, EA said it's been working on a next gen game for some time. EA said it will be ready when the next generation hits. So launch titles.
Yep.
While the PlayStation 5 has no confirmed release window, we know that Scarlet will launch holiday 2020.
Yep.
So yeah, they're working hard on building the game for the next gen, and they say they're going to have it for at least the Xbox release. They don't really talk about what it's going to be though.
No, it's. I don't think they want to let us know yet until it gets closer to launch time, or where they start to premiere it and start selling pre-copy or pre-selling the Scarlet and the late PS5. Now the thing is there's no PS5 launch date, but I would almost be willing to put money down saying it's going to launch about the same time Scarlet goes, because they're not going to let it go unanswered.
No, they're not. You know what I find interesting is they're all talking about this power and all these things that this new system is going to have, but they're not talking specifics. It's going to have this chip for the CPU. It's going to have this chip for the processor. It's going to have this type of RAM. They're not really talking specifics, because I don't think they want to get pigeonholed in, because if the other guy is more powerful and they've already been pigeonholed in, they can't change. And I think that happened when the PlayStation 4 Pro announced, and then Xbox One X came afterwards. Now Xbox One X has been able to say we're the most powerful console on the market for a long time now without PlayStation being able to reply. I don't think PlayStation wants that again. And I think Xbox knows it. Microsoft knows it, and they don't want to give them that leg up. So neither one is, they're holding their cards close to their vest. So should be interesting.
Both know that they can't compete with the PC market. I mean, PC is always going to be powerful. And that's where's an article I was thinking about tossing in there, and it was saying something about, video games could be a lot harder, except for consoles are holding video games back because of what the consoles are capable of performing.
So we're like PC harder as in difficulty, or better in graphics? What we're talking about?
I think they were using it in both contexts, saying as in graphic wise, and I think there's certain things that you can do better on a PC. I should have put that article in now that after we read that. I'm like, that'd have been such a good follow-up. maybe next week if it's still
that would have been hitting. A good segue.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's like, me, I'm more of a PC guy. I think PC is superior, even though I have a PS4. I want to Switch. It's like, I still feel that I can get way more out of my money spent on a PC than I can on the money I spend on a PS4, or Xbox.
Yeah, well, I'm fortunate to. Oh, we got a interruption.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's all right. It's all right, folks. It'll be all right. So, I think that the PC market, when you talk about power and you're talking about its ability to run things better, yes, that is definitely there. But there are things that the console brings that the PC doesn't, and that is like a sense of community. Like you don't, especially now that you got the Epic Store, you got the Origin Store, you've got the GOG, you got Steam, and you got all these other ones that are coming into the marketplace. They're saturating the Steam community, and but what most people don't realize is way before Epic, way before all these other ones, the Steam community was already moving off of Steam for its communication and moving to Discord. Everybody was moving to Discord. Why would you use Steam and its limitations when you could use Discord? So they moved to Discord and used it for their community. And so I don't know why everybody's bent. It's like, who cares where you play your game? Discord's where you're going to meet up and have your community.
Well, so, that's like with Steam wanting us to stream there. Why would I stream off of Steam when I can do it on Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube and get more views?
Exactly, get more of a following that way.
Yeah, so, you're not going to get that following off of Steam.
No.
So,
but I do. I have in the past. I haven't with our videos yet, but it's something I want to talk to you about. Posting videos up on Steam that we have on YouTube, but that's another conversation.
I would be. I think if we talk about it, I'd be about it. It is what it is. We need to get our stuff out there, and I'm even like with Facebook. I know we were like, meh. I'm getting stuff up there slowly.
Well, using Facebook for like saying, hey, we did release this video. That's what I use Facebook for. I don't particularly think that streaming there would really gain much.
I don't know. I mean, that's debatable, but yeah. I we can't really stream there right now because I don't have it set up to do that yet. But
And it's not
maybe
part
later
of.
down the road.
I don't think it's part of Restream. I can look, but
We would have to purchase the next level up to be able to factor it. Because I tried to do it yesterday when we played Wildlands.
Yeah. So, all right, some we can discuss.
Yeah.
All right. So, I'm going to skip down one article here and come back.
Sure.
The next Resident Evil could be on the way as Capcom spins up playtest in Japan. Did you want to cover this one?
Sure. So it looks like that Resident Evil will get some playtesting in September in Japan. It doesn't sound like, from what I sound like, it doesn't look like it's stateside. They have members of the Resident Evil Ambassador Program who are based in Japan are going to be allowed to play it and test it out. So, and it sounds like, they're doing that with maybe like Devil May Cry and stuff too. But what else do I got on here? If Capcom has been working on, so they're working on multiple titles, but the one they're going to start testing is in September for this next Resident Evil. Does it have a name? I don't even think it has a name other than the next Resident Evil now.
Is it a new game in a series or a remake of an older game?
I think it's the next in the series because it's Resident Evil fan-based Biohazard. Yeah. So I don't think they have a name yet for it, but they're going to be testing it, and then hopefully they'll let us play it here in the States too before it goes live, because I get a lot of those invites. I don't always participate in all of them like I did for the one for Breakpoint, but I think I would for Resident Evil.
So it's going to be probably Resident Evil 8, something, nuclear fallout or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks
Don't
like
take that, Capcom. Don't take my idea.
Yeah. So September looks like 8th or 9th, they're going to start doing it. So I'll be curious.
We should get some leaks, hopefully.
I don't know. If they're going to be under an NDA like I was for Breakpoint, you probably won't see too much.
Did anybody leak Breakpoint at all? No.
No. Because I don't think you want to get sued over it.
And and they had your name all over, watermarked all over the screen.
Oh yeah, it was. I mean, they had the download code. My Uplay name was on there. There was no way. Like, if I were to put something out there, like I was like, can I even record this for my own? But I was like, I've heard that they embed, like recording software, and once it's triggered, they know that you've recorded. So I'm like, I'm not gonna even. I don't even want us to get kicked out of the program, because I've got us in and with Delta Company. I'm trying to get it for, So I'm like, I don't want to screw that up, I want us to have a good relationship with Ubisoft and Uplay.
And we both played it a little bit, but we can't talk about it. So,
no.
Do we know when they're going to release or open up the next stage of their testing?
So, no, but it's going to be soon after they do some fixes. And the next one, I'll be able to invite you in if I get back in. I'll be able to send you an invite to come in. I think I can invite like 2 or 3 people.
Awesome. So. That'd be fun. And if hopefully they lift the NDA at that point and we can do something.
If it's still an alpha, I would not count on it. Now, if it's a beta, that's, when there's usually a closed beta, then an open beta. Usually in the open beta, they'll let you.
Yeah.
Now, closed, maybe not, because it's still got some final polishing to do. But usually by the time it hits open, then it's like, we already know this is ready to ship. We're just letting you play it early to test our server load. It's like, okay, start streaming it. And it's like, okay, if we can do that with Breakpoint, I think that would be phenomenal.
Yeah, that would be great, but we got to wait and see if that happens. All right.
I usually get into these things, so I have a good relationship with Ubisoft and Uplay. So
yeah, I'm hoping. I want to play it early because we're having fun with Wildlands. So
yeah.
All right, next one is Pokemon Go's next event adds new shiny.
Yeah.
So probably a shiny Pokemon. Pokemon Go August Community Day takes place this week, but that isn't the only event beginning in the game soon. Niantic has announced a new gift-themed event, which is set to kick off Monday, August 5th, and it'll introduce yet another new shiny Pokemon to the game. From August 5th through the 19th, the number of gifts you can carry in inventory will increase to 20. Additionally, Niantic will be upping the number of gifts you can open each day to 30. Any eggs you receive from these gifts will also only require 2 kilometers to hatch, but the Pokemon that can appear from them are those that can normally be found in 7-kilometer eggs. Alright, let me get to the part with the shiny. One such Pokemon is Bonsly, the baby form of, wow, this is going to be quite the name, Pseudo-Wudo.
Yeah.
Not only will you be able to launch it from a 2-kilometer egg, you'll have a chance of hatching a shiny Bonsly. So that's what they're going to release during this event.
Yeah.
I'm not going to read the rest of this because it's quite a bit.
It's a lot. And
there'll probably be more with the Community Day news stuff coming out. But, so does that mean the Team Rocket's still going? It looks like it's still going till September 2nd or something?
Team Rocket recently invaded the game, and
I don't know when Team Rocket ends. I know we covered it last week. I don't know if we gave it an end date. So
they didn't give it an end date, so
maybe we'll find that and cover that next week. Maybe.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Sorry.
That's all right. Here we go again.
Yeah. She wants in here bad.
Oh, I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Dad's having fun in there. I want to go have fun too.
Yeah. She likes my office, and it's because all the cool stuff's in here.
All right, so I'm going to skip the next one and go to we'll come back to it, but I kind of want to end on a video game thing. Yeah. So, all right. This is a real life gaming news kind of segment here.
Yeah.
This is just a disclaimer. We want to keep politics out of this. We don't want to have politics in our show. We want to cover video games and the good stuff about it and not any of the negative stuff. But stuff like this, sometimes we just have to.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You kind of know more about what's going on here than I do.
So, with these recent shootings that have happened in El Paso and Dayton, Ohio, the GOP minority leader in the House, his name is Kevin McCarthy. I'm not going to read the whole thing, and I'm not going to really cover the numbers, but basically he's saying that video games have desensitized us and that they've taught us to kill. And I don't believe really that. I mean, I believe it might have given some people an excuse, or but I don't. It's like I play Grand Theft Auto and all of these violent games, the Division, where you're just lighting people up in it. But I don't feel the need to go out there. I just feel this is another excuse. Let's blame. I mean, Hillary Clinton did it. Now the GOP's getting on board, and I'm like, quit blaming gamers as a whole. We're good people. I mean, look at what we've done with Blizzard and donating money to all of the charity events. So it's like, I mean, we got to take time out of our gaming life to cover this stuff, and I hate doing it because it's really not something I think we should really give airtime to. But I think it also gives us depth that we have to talk about the real issues, which is them blaming video games, desensitizing us and teaching us to kill. I mean, we're human. We already know how to do that.
Right. So I've been playing video games since Pong. I mean, That's how far I go back. And if you guys know what Pong is, look it up. You'll be like, that's a video game? Wow. But I don't even own a gun. I mean, I've been playing Call of Duty. I've been playing all these violent games, and I'm just not a gun person. I never had a desire to own a gun. I did have a rifle that was given to me while I was growing up that my dad gave me for hunting. I have since moved on from that. I'm ex-military. I went through basic and all that stuff, fired all those guns in there. And, it's fun to go to the shooting range and do those type of things. I do find that mildly entertaining. But I don't have any desire to own a gun. So I
do own.
I can see that. But I guess my point is we can't take a blanket statement like this and say that it's true, because each case is going to have its own individual circumstances and things that have
Yes.
happened. Some people are going to have mental issues that led them down that road. And yeah, maybe video games gave them an idea, but it's probably the mental issues that steered them in the wrong direction in the first place.
Yes.
And then there's some people that just want to see the world burn, and doesn't matter. And maybe for the people that want to see the world burn, playing a video game curbs their want to do it in the real world, so they don't have to do it in the real world. So they don't ever talk about that kind of stuff. So each situation is different, and you can't just say, "Oh, well, it's every mass shooting has been caused by video games." I'll end up this and let you finish.
Okay.
As we were talking before, they tried to blame rock and roll.
Yes.
And then they tried to blame rap when it came in because it was a new thing.
Yep.
And now they're trying to blame video games. And they've been trying to blame video games for a long time, and they haven't been able to blame anything else because no other medium has come along that they can switch the focus to.
Yes.
It's just bad politics, and I think people are getting tired of it. Why don't we get to the roots of the issue and go there? But you want to just, I want to use this as a platform.
My thing is, it's like, when you hit on mental health, that is something that I think is something we've ignored, and video games is just that, it's violent, but it's like, for me, it's like, it is that escape outside of the real world. If you're frustrated, let's go blow some stuff up in a video game. But to sit there and say it's to blame for some of these deaths, I just find it to be a little bit moronic, especially when, if you want to look at it from a capitalist point of view, video games is an entertainment, and it's a very good paying industry. They make a lot of money off of us. Through subscriber base, charging us $60, $70 for a game nowadays. I mean, I remember when it was like $30, $40. Now it's like $60 to get a game nowadays. So I think it's like, if you're having these thoughts, seek help, but we gotta get to the root, and it's not video games. It's really not.
It's not. It's a whole cultural thing. I mean, if the news would stop covering these things and glamorize, they don't glamorize them on purpose. They glamorize them by getting their name out there and talking about them and covering their history and blah, blah, blah. So now people know about these people. And if you're a nobody and you want to be known, it's an easy way to make that happen. And the only way that we're going to stop that kind of behavior is to stop putting it out there in the news. Yeah, talk about it, but don't give the person, the individual, the name recognition that they're trying to get. In those cases,
That's specifically why I left out the numbers and left out the name, because it's just not important. I don't want them getting any more airtime. I just wanted to say, this is what they're saying about us gamers, and I feel that we needed to talk about it, even though it's a kind of a bad topic. It's just, as gamers, we need to act better, sometimes.
Well,
so I'll leave it at that.
I'll do one more statement, and I'll try to word it well here, but it just goes to show how your actions affect other people.
Yes.
So if you're a gamer and you do negative things, it's going to reflect negative on other gamers. And just in general with life, if you're a bad person, whoever you're arranged with, whoever you have a relationship with, all those people are going to be affected by your bad actions. So don't be that guy or girl. Be a good person, treat people right, and everything will be a lot better in the real world.
And stop trolling in the game like we had experienced in D2.
Yeah. We don't need to go back to that guy.
I'm just saying.
All right, so now back to some actual video game news.
Yes.
Which is why I wanted to end on this one.
So,
No Man's Sky Beyond gets a new trailer to finally announce its official release date. So they have an update coming up to the procedurally generated sci-fi sim called No Man's Sky. It's arriving as a free update to all platforms on August 14th, so we're talking 9 days from when you actually see this video. So the studio announced the news via blog. I'm trying to get to anything else in here so they're saying this is the most ambitious chapter so far, even when compared to the upcoming and mightily impressive, I like that word. No Man's Sky VR experience. I didn't know they were coming out with a VR experience. That should be pretty cool.
Nor did I until I read the article.
Yeah. So yeah, they saying this is a game-changing expansion, and yeah, so it should be pretty good. I heard that it was as big, if not bigger, than the what was that one update they came out with?
One where you could build like space stations and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to be as big as the game was at that point. So this expansion is supposed to match everything at that point. So
I mean, I'm hoping so, because I played from day one, and I was disappointed and quit and came back and then quit. So I'm gonna be playing this one when it drops. It's just, I hope it's good, because I've been disappointed, because the hype train was huge on this, and I fell for it, and I pre-ordered, and I did all of that. It's usually a no-no for me, but
well, I did not fall for the hype because I kind of expected what they had. I did not expect their response afterwards and all the improvements we've got since. I enjoyed most of the game. There were parts that I didn't really enjoy, the grind and all the constantly having to redo these things to take off and all that stuff. That's monotonous.
That was frustrating.
Very frustrating. I don't think they fixed that. But you know what? I have it on Steam. If you have it on Steam, then we can maybe do a stream and see where it's at once this comes out.
No doubt. So. Yeah. Maybe we'll spin up some new guys and go. Because I don't even know where my old guy's at anymore.
How old is he? Like 72 or something?
I have no clue. No clue. But my original guy that I spun up, I have no clue where he's at. I'd have to log in and look, and I just haven't felt the want since this. So once this happens, I will do it.
Yeah, I know we're missing some articles here because there was some stuff I wanted to cover, but I just don't remember what it was. So that's pretty much what we have for this week. What do we have on tap for the week after this video releases? Do we have anything? You got anything planned?
So at some point, either today, tomorrow, we got to do the next thing in the division for the college. We did the first part of it. That second part's up. I want to get them done because there's an orange or exotic weapon that we can get. And then we got to do some more wildlands and possibly unlock some chocobos at some point, maybe.
Yeah, we got to do some grinding for that. So maybe what we'll do is we'll do that off camera, and then when we get to the point where we have enough seals, then we'll go and show the unlocking of it. But yeah, definitely, I'm down for all that. I'm gonna do some more Fire Emblem 3 houses.
I'm gonna try to do some more of KOTOR, though KOTOR is fighting me in OBS.
Oh, geez, is it?
Yeah, it doesn't want to fill up the whole screen, so when I record it, I got this odd shape, and I think it's just KOTOR's limitations. So I'm having a hard time filling up the whole screen with it.
All right, so one thing we did miss, and I'll see if I can get something right now, is the games coming out.
Oh yeah, damn. How could we forget that?
I don't know. So August 6th, Age of Wonders Planetfall. I want to play that one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. And that's coming out on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 4.
Which one is that?
Age of Wonders Planetfall. It's a 4X strategy game made by the Age of Wonder guys. If you didn't watch my video for the August releases, I go over that, so go watch that video.
Okay. Yep.
Let's see. Metal Wolf Chaos. I'm mildly interested in that if it goes well. It's a From Software. Those are the same guys that make Dark Souls and Sekiro and Bloodborne. And this is an older game that they released in 2004, and they up-resed it. It still looks 2004, but it's not like their typical games because you're in a mech. You're actually the president of the United States in a giant mech blowing stuff up, and it's like just total action, just missiles going everywhere and stuff. It kind of has dated graphics, but it looks kind of interesting. All right, let's see what else.
Oh yeah, it kind of looks a little bit like Civilization, and then I remember seeing this.
That might be about all that's really coming out this week.
I think we're gonna roll into the lull here soon. Well, there is a lull before the November, December, or those releases.
September, man, September. Crazy.
So with it being August, I think it's gonna be a little bit of a lull this month until boom, boom, boom.
I don't know.
We're gonna get hammered.
My video for it showed quite a bit of games, depending on what you like. So it could.
Yeah.
And Astral Chain at the end of the month. And I didn't even cover Madden. Madden came out Friday, and I didn't even put that in my video. Spaced it. But that came out, and I did a stream on that showing the features and stuff. So if you guys want to check out, see what new Madden's about, go check it out. I am not impressed by their features, but the gameplay is probably more solid than it's been. But not really digging on the features. It seems more bare bone than it's been in the past years. So.
But I think people were screaming for that a little bit. They wanted to kind of go back to the basics. Because there was a lot of features. I mean, for a while there, they were inundating you with features.
Right, but now it seems like they're really focusing on getting you into MUT, so they're taking away features so that you don't have as much to do when you want to go do MUT. Do you know what MUT is? Madden Ultimate Team, the card thing where you unlock cards and stuff.
Yeah, and I was never a fan of that.
No, I wasn't. And I've said it multiple times. I think that's when Madden died.
Yeah.
So I won't get back into that. So, yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. I don't see anything else that I can say is releasing this week. So, unless you got something else for us, Oz.
No, I think we are good. With the No Man's Sky, I think that's the biggest thing. And so that should be hitting soon. And, of course, still looking forward to Cyberpunk.
Yep.
And Outer Worlds, after I talked about that with you the other day.
Yeah, do we have a release date on that? Is that this year?
Bother, you're gonna make me look it up.
I am. Look it up, man. Look it up. Get to it. Is that? Let's see if you can get it first.
Outer Worlds release date, and October 25th.
Yep. October 25th.
Right around my birthday.
Is that a nudge?
No. My birthday's technically the 15th, but I think we have something going on that day anyway. It's a Tuesday, so.
Yeah, we probably do. Probably do. There always is something going on Tuesday nights. I don't know what that's about.
Every Tuesday night.
What's that about? I don't know. It's been a lot of work this last month, I tell you that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe someday we'll enlighten you guys. Right now, not yet.
Not yet. We both want to, that's, I don't even know if we want to bridge that gap
we'll
anytime
leave it at that
soon.
for right now, yeah.
But,
so,
all right.
I think that was a good one.
Yep. I think we're going to wrap this up. So until next episode, Static, Buzz, and Oz, we're out.
See you guys later. Have a good one.
Take care, everybody.